Hey, it's Michael. I'm gonna take a break from my usual kind of funny vids, you know, the random kind that everyone just gets lost in, and I'm actually gonna present something, you know, different. And when I say different, I'm saying it's gonna be a little educational. Bear with me, I know some of you just gonna run when you hear something you're gonna learn from something. But just kind of stay with me for this one, because it actually brings up some kind of interesting key fun facts. The idea of a cowboy has been tossed around so many times over the decades that no one even remembers what a cowboy really is anymore. And that's what I kind of hope to change with this documentary. Excluding the fact that I'm just doing this for my history class, I thought it was pretty interesting. Hell, I didn't even know what a cowboy was until I actually did some research about it and did this whole documentary. So, hey, while you're watching, go along, take some notes, and learn some cool facts about just whatever these two are talking about. Just go ahead and just listen. And then you can learn what it's really like to be a real cowboy.
Cowboy. Cowboy.
Well, I'm packing up my game and I'm gonna head out.
Alright, sir. And your name is?
Adrian Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez. And how long have you been a cowboy, sir?
I guess we could say all our lives, I guess we could say.
All your lives? From birth. Now, I gotta ask you this question. What is your opinion about the cowboys you see in the movies?
I would say a myth. The Cowboys did carry guns for snakes and maybe for rabbits and whatnot, but they weren't really accurate with them. They didn't carry rifles on their saddles too much, got caught up on the rope and they're trying to rope and belly and all that stuff. So what you see on TV is more of Hollywood. You know, bringing back the gunfighter, bringing in that era.
They're okay, they're just not the real thing.
Not at all?
What you're saying is, like you heard earlier, Hollywood style. You're seeing a bunch of phonies put on a hat, pair of jeans, and think they can, you know, convince everybody, but it's not the real thing. You really got to get out there and get dirty and know how to take care of your animals and be responsible.
They make the movies for entertainment, so they make a lot. They have a lot of shootings and they always have bad men, you know, and the good always prevail. But that's not the same in real life. When you actually live in a ranch, it's a lot different. It's a lot of hard work, and they don't show that. Some of the cowboy movies show that it's a very glamorous life, but it really isn't. It's a hard life.
Wait, what would you like people to understand about cowboys?
That most of them are hard working. They were true to their word, put it on as they working. Didn't worry about looks, but who had the nicer truck and all that stuff. They were just hard-working guys, not making a whole lot of money, doing the job because they loved it, not because they were making a lot of money at it.
It's not just jumping out of a trailer, throwing on some makeup and a hat and some jeans and calling yourself a cowboy. It's not the real thing.
Now, are there any distinctions about cowboy life you would like to specify on? Like, what does it teach you about life? What are the morals?
What? It teaches you to be responsible.
Responsibility.
Responsibility.
Well, it teaches you responsibility. You got to take care of your animals. You have different horses you got to take care of. Doctoring livestock. You get up early in the morning. You have different chores to do. Fixing fence. You ride the fence, mend the fence that's broken. Look for stray cattle. Bring cattle in, doctor them. During the winter times, like in Nevada and Oklahoma, places like that where it's real cold, they go and throw hay. They're just the responsibility of hard work and the love for the animals and caring for them.
It's not an easy way of life, but it's very rewarding. You've got your families that have animals such as cattle and sheep and ducks and chickens. But when it comes to horses as well, it's a huge responsibility. You have to make sure they're healthy, they're fed, they're taken care of. Much more than like a pet.
Because when you live in a ranch and you have animals, they are your first priority. You're very responsible. They have to eat before you do. And we used to raise pigs, which my dad used to have to go collecting from all these different places where they had grocery stores where they had spoiled vegetables and things like that, and he'd have to bring those home to feed the pig.
Okay, so what are the hardships about being a cowboy?
Well, you're going to live outdoors, which is not, your typical civilian life where you've got a roof and heat and running water and a bathroom.
It's our sheepdog.
Sometimes when you're out and about, you're going to be out in the, wilderness, You have to make do with what you got. Make your own food, sleep outside, deal with the weather as it comes. Like if it's raining like this and you're not prepared for it, you're going to be in the rain unless you find shelter.
Also the regular hours. There's no set hours.
No set hours?
No set hours. Regular pay. If you're on the market, how many cattle are you going to sell?
Hardship is trying to get up early in the morning when you don't feel like it, that you want to sleep in and it's cold.
Right.
So, and here where we live now, we have to be careful with snakes.
Snakes.
We've had 3 snakes inside the house, believe it or not. And I lost a dog to coyotes last year. My Shar-Pei was killed by coyotes. And we've had a bobcat.
Bobcat?
A bobcat.
You had a bobcat? How did that go?
Adrian called us from the back and said, there's a bobcat, keep the dogs inside.
Did you see it though?
Yes. And several times this past year I've had to go out around 2 in the morning and scare the javelinas because they've knocked down our trash cans.
Words spoken by true cowboys. 2 of them were women, cowgirls, I don't know which one. Whatever. But you know, if that's not enough, they actually took me around and showed me what it's like to be living throughout like a day of a cowboy. So join me in this little journey right now. And don't make fun of me for how I ride a horse.